What's up, Barbarians? Season 9 is just around the corner, and this is my starter build. First thing we do, open the map, claim all your rewards. Next, open your inventory, go to your wardrobe, and make sure you put your pet on. I personally love the dog. After that, if you have the expansion, go get your mercenary, and then we spend our skill points. Season 9, our basic skills are going to be absolutely crazy powerful. So we're going to put all 7 points into Lunging Strike with a Battle Lunging Strike. The rest of your points are going to go into Upheaval and into Furious Upheaval. Then our next 2 points we are going to put into Upheaval. Then the next thing you're going to do is do 3 specific Nightmare Dungeons. You're going to go into your Codex of Power, and up here to filters, my class unlockable from a dungeon. And the 3 we want to start with are the Aspect of Might, the Edgemasters aspect, and the Rapid aspect. These are your 3 that you want to get right from the start. And when the season starts, they're all going to be looking like this. So pin it on your map. And then because we are a new character and this is not a nightmare dungeon, we will have to use our horse and go all the way over to that dungeon. And then we're going to show you how strong Lunging Strike is. Okay, we are in our first dungeon. We are level 1 and Lunging Strike is not even buffed yet. As you see there, it does 46% damage. And in Season 9, that's going to say 126% damage. And as you see, it still crushes everything. So this is going to be our main skill that we are going to level with, as it'll kill most things in one shot. The things it doesn't kill in one shot, that's where Upheaval comes into play. You want 10 ranks of Upheaval by hitting Lunging Strike 10 times, which will give us the most damage for our Upheaval. But our main skill is our basic skill, and it's going to crush everything. Right now we're already crushing everything, and it's going to do roughly triple damage. So whatever you see here, literally times it by 3. And then if you get a big group and you don't want to hit Lunging Strike, 1 Upheaval should crush almost everything. Okay, so we have some elites here. And we kill elites roughly in 2 hits. See, let's see, watch this. Okay, that was 1. And that's why Lunging Strike will be so good for leveling. You're just going to literally walk around, hold 1 button, and crush everything. For the things that don't die, you have Upheaval for. Or if there's just a big pack. See, right there, that guy will be dead in Season 9. Once you get Upheaval fully leveled up to 5, the next place we go is Swiftness. We want to move faster. We want to upgrade this fully. Next will be Belligerence. Once you're done that dungeon, now is the time to upgrade our character. So you're just looking for green items. We're going to sort everything, and what green is good. Upgrade as many things as you can. We're not going to keep them for too long, so it doesn't really matter if this sword versus this one is better. If it's green, put it on. Not green, doesn't matter. There we go. Boom. Most of the time you are leveling, we are going to either be in Nightmare Dungeons or Helltide. Those are the 2 places you want to be. 1, Nightmare Dungeons, because you get the affixes on your sigils that'll give you more XP. And Helltide, because that is also a great place for XP and for gear. So build out a character a little bit more. Once you get your 3 points in Swiftness, then you want to go up here to Belligerence. Now we are level 46. It's keep going with Lunging Strike and Upheaval. Now we have some gear. So we have Helmet of Might, the Bolcathos aspect, expectant for our Upheaval, Numbing Wrath, as we will gain a lot of Fury with our Lunging Strike, Relentless Berserker, so we have more Berserking. We still have Edge Masters on here with Moni Tech, and we use that for two reasons. One is Bolcathos, and the second one is once you get the Earthquake aspect, you want to put that on your two-hander with Moni Tech. That way you are going to have another significant damage increase. We have the Rapid aspect here, which is also on the two-hander. If you don't have the Earthquake aspect, put Rapid on the two-hander. If you do have it, you want to put Rapid on the one-hander. And then we have Intercom, which all can be found from dungeons. This one, I was just messing around with something, not needed, and I found this one as well. We don't actually do any weapon swapping for Earth Striker. So that is the build. And now let's take a look at our skill tree. So we have 7 points into Lunging Strike. This is our main skill that we're going to do all kinds of damage on. Then we're going to put 7 points into Upheaval for Furious Upheaval, and 7 points into Ground Stomp for Strategic Ground Stomp, as we want to make sure Wrath of the Berserker is down at all times. We want to be berserking 100% of the time. 3 points into Belligerence, 3 points into Opposing Presence, 3 points into Warcry, and you can put more points into Warcry. As you see, I have 7 points left. We'll talk about that in a second. And I have 3 points into Booming Voice, 3 points into Swiftness. Our toughness mainly comes from the aspect of Might and the Bolcathos aspect. You will not need to take aggressive resistance. We have 3 points into Pit Fighter. As Lunging Strike, things will be close to us. 3 points in Slaying Strike. We take 7 points into Wrath of the Berserker for Supreme Wrath of the Berserker. And our key passive is Unconstrained. With our last points for level 46, we're going to put 1 into Thick Skin, 3 into Counteroffensive. As we use Lunging Strike, it will give us more Fortify. And if you want to increase to get your Fortify faster, for your Numbing Wrath, you could put points into Endless Fury. That is, if you want to get your Fortify up faster, that is the only reason to use this. And then for the last 3 points, if you're dying, put them in Challenging Shout, or put the 3 into Rallying Cry, and take Strategic Rallying Cry. Those are up to you. And then while you're leveling, put more points into Warcry. And then you can put some more points into Wallop if you're using a two-handed mace, or heavy-handed if your crit chance is higher. But this is just a rough outline of how you want to play. So we're going to leave those 3 points, and we're going to talk about gear for a minute. You're looking for strength and max life on pretty much all the pieces of your gear. For a third spot, on your boots, you would like to have movement speed. And if you have 3 slots on your gear, look for armor or all resist. And for the leveling process, on your weapons, you want to have strength, max life, and flat damage. All of these multipliers get multiplied from your all damage number. And the way to increase that the most is flat damage tempers. When you do have tempering unlocked, I would go with the damage temper just to increase this. While leveling, you don't have to temper your gear. It isn't necessary, it just makes the leveling process a little bit faster, but you want to play on normal or hard. You want to be able to kill monsters in 1 to 2 hits, 3 hits max. You don't want to sit there, play on Penitent, and take a long time to kill one monster. So Helltides and dungeons, that's the only place you want to stay for leveling. Lunging Strike, Upheaval, and make sure you have Warcry or Wrath of Berserker up all the time. And remember, right now, our Lunging Strike is not nearly as powerful as it's going to be in Season 9. It's going to be 3 times as strong as you see right now. Which means that we are going to kill things pretty much in 1 to 2 hits. While in hard. Which is perfect, because then you're going to be able to speed farm this all the time. Super easy leveling strategy. So right now, we're going to be doing so much more damage than that. But we're still crushing everything quite quickly. And this is with no tempers. Everything that you can get from a dungeon right from the get-go. You don't need to look for a certain unique, certain legendary. You just need to get the aspects that you can get right from level 1. This is going to be my leveling plan. And as you can see, It is quite easy to play and powerful. As soon as you get your key passive, this build is fully online. Once you get your key passive online, that's when you can start to fill out the rest of your skills, which will help increase your damage and survivability. But first, you just want to get 1 point into everything, except for your 2 skills here, except for Upheaval and Lunging Strike. Make sure you set those up, get 5 out of 5 right from the beginning, and then go 3 points into Ground Stomp. I do prefer Rallying Cry over Challenging Shout because of the Unstoppable. Then you put 3 points there, another 3 points into Warcry. Maybe just get 1 and 1 here. Then when you get down here, just put 3 points into that, and then you will get Unconstrained. Then flesh out your points, and I like to also take Ground Stomp to put more points there as it reduces the cooldown. Anywhere that we can reduce some cooldown, the better. And as we increase our levels, we can increase our Warcry, increase Rallying Cry, and put some points into Heavy-Handed. Once you get a unique that you want to build around, you can scrap this starter build and make another build on your own. For example, if we got Twin Strikes, then I would play some Double Swing. But if you aren't getting any uniques or you just enjoy this playstyle, you could use this build all the way through. For our Heraldric spells, we want to use the Thunderous Particle because it arcs into different enemies. So it's a kind of AoE just while we're leveling. And with Disintegrate, we're going to put on Lunging Strike. And for the Catalyst, we are going to use Bottled Wind, so we can have a barrier, which we could then use the Conceited aspect if that aspect drops. Shifting Powder, which will give us more movement speed, so we can move around the map faster, kill enemies faster. And Tranquil Stone, which will help us be unstoppable 100% of the time. This way, we can just keep going, keep killing enemies, and not have to worry about anything. We'll be pretty much invincible, and we'll be unstoppable all the time. We will have Berserking up all the time, and we'll just be able to crush everything. This build will definitely take you into Torment 1 quite easily. It's designed to make you mix and match things, so it's not a hard build guide that you have to follow. You can play with it, have fun. It's a build outline, and you can build your character out as many ways as you'd like. This will be my starter build, and my plan is to build into Flay. Once I get the Rage of Hergath and the Hooves of the Mountain God, we are going to make a Flay Barbarian. While leveling and we have the aspects that we need to make this build run properly, you want to go for the Nightmare Dungeons that are Whispers. Same with Helltide. We want to go into the Helltide here instead of down here where there's no Whispers. That is my leveling build, and that is how I am going to start the season, which I will then transfer into the Flay Barb and see how high we can get into the pit. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in Season 9.